Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet. And we've got the Andreas back in the studio today.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome. And
Happy Monday.
hopefully we're celebrating. Cheers.
100%.
Yes.
Celebrating,
Cheers.
celebrating.
Well, today the theme is kind of going to be creativity and kind of how it can tie into Earth Day. Because if you're creating new stuff and new artwork that's making the world a better place, then you're making the Earth a better place for everybody. So I don't know. I think it's one of the best ways you can try to contribute back to the world to make it a better place is by creating new art or music or content for people to enjoy. Because ultimately, that's the number one thing that makes people happy and keeps them entertained. Art is really so crucial to everyday life.
I agree, Chet. Yeah, it's.
You got to get closer to the mic. Come on, it's not your first time here.
It's very rewarding to spread, the beauty of the florals. And she makes these amazing pieces. There's one right here, and you all see. So beautiful florals and.
Well, I don't know about you, but my favorite part of creating music and DJing is seeing other people enjoy it. It's even better than getting paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
is it the same for you when somebody walks in for a painting, when they get that smile on their face when they're about to buy it? Isn't that even more satisfying than the paycheck?
That is the best part. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's really great about having like a brick and mortar business, because having a physical spot, especially in this digital age where everything's online, we enjoy that interaction, and it's so nice to meet the people who actually collect the art.
Well, you're an absolute anomaly, very rare case to be a brick and mortar gallery that has lasted 20 years. So
Yay, 20
for
years. Celebrate.
for a random independent artist,
Gallery Andrea,
why?
20 years. That's amazing.
Thank you,
It's
Chad.
incredible.
Thank
We
you.
never left it.
Oh, here we go.
It's still,
You have to talk into the mic. Right
it
here.
is still today the best thing ever happened to us and for other people who bought our work. They're coming back and say, "Oh, we love your."
Can you hear her? Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure. This was
So it's an amazing feeling when people come back. Oh, I have your beautiful painting, and it is just not many times happens.
Well, ironically, I want to give my mom a compliment because I was at a coffee shop this weekend getting a coffee right after my hike.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that knows the show, and he said, "I love your mom. She's hilarious." He said he listened to a couple shows, and he said, "Your mom, the things she says it's very funny." And he
Now,
said
who
the way
was
you're.
that? So who was that? Did
Well,
you
we're
get
gonna
his
have him
name?
on the show. We're gonna have him on the show.
That's
Oh,
so
really?
funny.
Are you sure?
Yes.
When I have
We're-
to come then.
I know. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Mom, you have an
'Cause
admirer.
he said you have an admirer.
Or
He
admire.
thought that you were really funny.
She is
So-
funny. You're funny.
Well, I
And he
don't.
said, he said that every time you're on, he said he's so entertained. He just and that made me like what Chet's saying. Chet's saying that when you create and you're bringing somebody joy, and you're making people laugh, or people are just enthusiastic about listening, that brings you joy. That you're bringing somebody else joy, and the fact that this guy he's on my hike often, and then I saw him at the coffee, and he had an entourage of ladies with him. There was
Really?
and he told all of them, "Oh, the show, and listen to the show."
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool.
So yes, and so
I'm happy. to hear
Chet,
that.
what was your favorite comment that someone said to you after a performance? Do you remember?
Oh,
What
that's
someone said to
actually
you?
that's a good question.
it's actually kind of hard, but I would probably have to say my different performances at festivals. Every single one, I've had a person tell me that my set was like one of their favorites of the weekend, which is a really big compliment because they're seeing a lot of artists there.
That
You know what I
is.
mean? Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's big.
yeah, like this one lady that I had never met before who reached out to me that said that she liked my set. She said that my set and then this other set were her two favorites at Gold Rush. And there were 50 artists there or something. So it's a massive compliment to be told that like out of somebody's whole night, I was like the highlight of the night.
So after
So I'd say those compliments like at festivals, but really every single one matters a lot because a lot of time, like thousands and thousands of hours have gone into my music and my project and like my skill set and my show at this point. So
and you have a show coming Friday.
Yeah,
it's Friday.
Yeah, so I'm like
Really?
since I'm so like invested in it and I love it so much, the compliments mean a lot. So
And where's,
really
where's the show
every
at?
single one. It's in downtown Phoenix. Yeah, I'm
What's
really
the name of the
excited.
place?
I don't need to promote it on here, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay, that's
I
fine.
keep my music promoting separate from
Okay.
this,
Yeah.
but
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm really-
Deep Chetty music.
yeah,
and,
but it's gonna be a fun show though.
you have to follow
But
his
yeah,
Instagram
getting
in order to find him.
getting compliments and just being told that people had a lot of fun at my set and they enjoyed the music is
And after that,
The
do you
best
go home and start recreating music because you feel inspired, or do you feel like, oh, I can take a break? I'm doing,
I know I have done that before. I have left the show to make more music before, but it's rare. Usually it's a better time to relax, especially because performing is super loud. So it's really taxing on the ears. So it's smart to give your ears a break
Sometimes you have
afterwards.
to recharge the creative juices.
Well, and literally let your ears recharge because
Oh, did you wear
duration-
earplugs?
yeah, I do wear
Oh, that's
earplugs when I'm
good.
performing, but it's still loud.
Still loud.
Oh, still super loud. But
I always wear
duration
earplugs.
is a big thing with your ears. Like your ears heal. So let's say you go to a really loud concert. It's really smart to listen to stuff at low volumes the next day, or try to reduce your high sound intake the next day.
I think a lot of young people don't even think about the effects of the loud music. On
I want to
their
get an ear
ears.
doctor on
I
there.
I probably didn't
So-
for like my when I was probably like 18 or 19, but then I remember I got my ears checked when I was 21 or 22, and they said I still had the hearing of an 18-year-old. So
Okay.
and I've been really, really attentive of my ears ever since then.
I always just keep a pair of earplugs in my purse.
It's
So if I
actually
get into a situation where the music is hurting my ears, I put
That's
them
smart.
in.
That's
And I
smart.
don't-
it's
yeah,
actually like
it
a
doesn't-
epidemic basically in like the music community of like how many people that are either artists or people that work sound at the venues have like really bad hearing damage or hearing loss already.
Yeah, that's
And are
crazy.
kind of just like in denial about it. Yeah, like a lot of the times, if I'm at like an after party DJing with other DJs and they turn the headphones on, they'll turn the headphones almost up to like 100%, like when they're mixing the next song in. Sometimes I put the headphones back on and it's like, ow,
Let's
literally
see,
it hurts.
But
But
That's just how deaf they are. They need it that loud
I
to
can't
be able
do
to
that
hear
because
it.
I get like ringing in my ears.
Well, maybe
So-
what you should do is turn it to low before you put it on.
Oh
your
yeah,
head.
that's what I do now. But every now and then you'll forget.
forget.
Yeah, exactly. But
Well,
it's always a rude awakening. Like just
Mm-hmm.
put it on your ears and literally like shake your whole skull.
Well, I'm friends with some rock
Some
stars.
people that's what they have to do to hear.
And
So,
a lot of these
take
rock
care of your
stars-
ears. Wear earplugs.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
A lot of these rock stars that I'm friends with, they all have hearing aids in their ears, and I see that,
didn't
and that's why
protect them,
I keep
yeah.
saying to Chet, you should spread the word. Spread the word to your fellow DJs.
One thing that's
About-
interesting is they have restored hearing in a few deaf people with like experimental treatments, but it's not something that's widely available to the masses yet. And-
Well, like when you're advertising your event, maybe you could put in there, oh, bring your earplugs with you.
Well, what I'm
So
saying is
people
that
put
it's
the
exciting
earplugs
for
in.
my generation. They probably will be able to restore hearing to a very high percentage, but it's going to be super expensive. Not everybody's going to have access to it. So you
Oh, why-
should still take care of your
Yeah,
ears.
exactly.
Take care of your
It's like you
sound.
can get a facelift, but why not just put a hat on?
I would
I-
never get
yeah.
a face. Never.
You can get, but why not just put a hat on?
Okay, but if you're deaf, that's the same as if your face got blown off. You'd probably get a
I have
plastic
a-
surgery face if it was no
You know,
face.
I'm just saying, be preventive, and why can't everyone just spread the word? So let's go back to what we're talking about: creating art, bringing joy, and never giving up on your dreams. Because I feel like, I know you're an artist. You've got the gallery. You're a producer and a DJ. We all do the show, and it's like, don't you feel like sometimes it's kind of you get highs and lows? And where there's a roller coaster, like maybe all of a sudden
It is a roller
it's
coaster.
it's a hot summer, and maybe in the month of July and August, like nobody's coming in. Well, you know, you have to keep a positive attitude and say, you know, well, I need to make some calls, and I need, you know, you don't give up. You don't give up.
Creative.
Some people will give up.
You get
right?
creative.
So, you know,
so like if I bring up like what we were talking about as far as like how to have a business for 20 years, I would say being resourceful, because you're going to have good times and bad times. Like she's saying, it's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have good times, sales, no sales, but you're just relentless. And I've given credit to my father before, but I'm going to talk about him again. He taught me to be relentless with sales, and in the summertime when no one was coming in, he'd teach me to call people. And you know, he said, oh, there's no one here, let's call people. So we just get out the book and we start calling people. So you need to have that relentless attitude to keep a business. There's
relentless focus.
You cannot keep a business unless you're positive and you're relentless. Those two things.
Yeah.
So and you have
or not only like,
so
you know, with whatever it is. I mean, whether you're, you know, you want to become a doctor or a lawyer and you're studying, you know, sometimes you get where you want to give up. It's too hard. Oh, I can't do this. You know, sometimes we'll have like the most incredible guests, you know, and people are like, there's just too many that are all booked up. And then sometimes it's like, okay, I need to find a guest. Well, today I got you guys, and you're, once again, I was reminded on the weekend about how you're somebody's favorite.
oh my God.
You better talk some more, Mom.
Who is that?
That's funny.
You have
Because I might not.
But
know.
Chet, with your DJ stuff,
Does he know
you have
me?
to be relentless. And in the beginning, I'm sure it took a while to get started. And
have you ever had any hard moments? Where
Well,
you're like,
I think that
have you ever felt discouraged?
that's why.
No.
Well, you have to basically. I think the number one most important thing is that you are creating something that you love to do, and then you're going to
That's
do it
key.
for yourself anyway.
that is key. If you don't love what you do, your business is not going to survive.
Yeah.
Because that passion.
That's a good
Well,
one.
I think
It's
it's
what
way
keeps
more
it going.
important to first find a creative outlet that you love, and then if you love it enough and you think that you're getting talented, then maybe try to turn it into a business. Don't just like try to start a creative based business before you're passionate about something, because then if it goes under or something, you're gonna be like, why did I do this? But
So
if
love what you do.
Right.
Yeah, well, especially when it comes to something creative, most people are not going to be able to monetize their creative passions or outlook, but it's still just as important because it's going to make you feel fulfilled in a lot of other ways. I just always basically set my goals really high and always knew I wanted to like perform at music festivals, and like that's always where my goals.
You have to focus, like with tunnel vision, just like
Yeah,
keep
but
your
it's
eye on the
been
prize.
but it was started because of my genuine obsession and love for the music and music festivals. It's not like I just like saw that could be an opportunity. It's like, no, like I'm obsessed with it. That's why I love it, and that's why I'm good at it. So you have to find like a true passion for whatever,
And do it even if
whether it's photography or painting or making music or
And do it whether you
bird
get paid or
watching.
not.
There's a million hobbies out there that you can really get super invested in and passionate about, and you know, fall in love with. Basically, people are so like only think about like falling in love with a person, but you can really fall in love with a form of art. I wouldn't really say the business side of it. You should be in love with the art,
Well, the
and
art
then you're
is
going to
the
make
business.
money from it.
The art is the business.
well, like
No,
okay.
art is art, and then you
Well,
can make money from it if you get good enough.
But you have to
But
live somehow.
I don't think.
Okay, like for example, during
You have to pay the bills.
COVID, I did feel discouraged because all of a sudden it was like, okay, you can only be 6 feet away. You got to wear a mask. You know, it was hard to get guests to come in. But you know what? We did shows where we did sit far away from each other, and we still did the shows through the COVID. And I, like, you know, you said you don't give up. You don't give up, and you make phone calls. And I got, I don't know how, but I always had a guest. We always had a guest, and we prevailed. I mean, in the green room, did not give up, and we're here saving the planet,
One
show
show
at a time, bringing smiles and laughter, and bringing joy to others, which I found out this weekend. Mama.
No.
Kinga, what about when you started your podcast? So, in the beginning, how was it starting it off, and how did you push it to the next level?
Well, in the very beginning, it was a neighbor friend that knew I was going through a hard time, going through a divorce, and he just was like, "Hey, I want to hire you for my podcast. I want, you're really gregarious, and you know everybody, and you're eloquent and articulate, so come work for me." And so, but I said I can't make any money right now because I'm going through the divorce. My divorce lawyer said no. And I said, well, I'll just, it'll be a labor of love, and I'll come and work for free. But maybe we can defer some money for later. And it was just really, it was just really fun, and it was a distraction. And from there, then the owner of that network came to me and said, why don't you start your own show, find a co-host.
It was a distraction, but actually it was action.
Yes. And then I had gone to some sustainability,
because that's how you did go.
You were doing something with the Green
I
Living
remember
magazine.
those days when you.
we're gonna cut that out at
sorry.
at 1:16.
What is it?
At 1:16, I want to take that out.
What is that?
Gabe, can we just take that out right now so it's easier?
No, he can't do it on the fly.
No, I prefer it right now. Then we have to
What
go
do
back.
you
No,
want?
The Green Living, I want that out.
Why?
You
can
I'll
do
talk about it later. I don't
If
wanna-
you write down the time code, he
I
can
don't
go
want
back
to
and
give her
take it
any
out.
credit.
Oh,
She still owes me a bunch of money.
but we didn't talk about it.
Andrew just did.
I didn't mean to say anything about it.
So then
If
you
it's
have
that
to
big
go
of a
back.
deal, you should tell her not to bring it up ahead of time.
Anyway, Andrew knows that she should.
What am I taking out?
I don't
I
know.
don't
Just
even-
from when
It was
it
1:16, I think.
It was
when
1:16.
was like right at 1:16 where Andrew mentioned
What?
it started. Didn't it start from Green Living magazine?
I don't know.
Wait, just stop. We'll talk about something else later.
I'm listening. I'll let you know when.
You don't want to have something which you don't.
I don't want to give.
Can you guys be quiet? I'm trying to fucking tell him.
Okay.
It's right here. That's where she said it. It was like 1 second ago.
And the rest will be erased.
It is.
Who wants them?
I have to drive just a touch.
Touch.
Okay.
Not on the.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Chet, we're going to the parlor after this if you want to go.
I have too much to do to get ready for my show.
Parlor is not open on Monday.
They're not open on Monday.
Oh,
No.
Because we went. Yeah.
It's either Sunday or Monday. Well, you were there yesterday, so no, they're closed on Mondays. Pretty sure.
okay. Then we can go to Base.
Yeah, base is fine.
They should have your paintings up there.
Okay, that's the best cut. I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
do.
I don't
Perfect,
know if they have
thank
a
you.
wall space. Do they have a wall space?
All right, he's about to start recording again.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's so important to find a creative outlet like that. I mean, especially in a time like COVID, but I think all the time it gives you a purpose. And it doesn't just have to be one thing, but if you're listening right now and you don't have like that one passion or thing that you like to put a few hours in per day or per week, you should really try to find that thing. It'll give you so much purpose, and then that'll bring you so much happiness seeing yourself getting better at something. And I feel like art is one of the most fulfilling and relaxing ways you can go about finding one of those hobbies or passions.
Oh, I agree. This is so beautiful. We're staring at this beautiful
That's
painting.
Andreas.
I love this.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the title and all
I
that?
told her to bring it.
That's
because
beautiful.
It's called Spring Day, and it's acrylic on canvas. And Mom really loves this one, so she told me
I
to
do
bring
too.
it.
That's beautiful.
That was her suggestion. So
Yeah.
we're having a spring show still because spring goes until June. So we have the spring show at the gallery. So we're doing all the beautiful spring flowers, and she's also painting some new ones. I have one here. Here's Mom's right there.
So do you have a bouquet in front of you when you're painting
So
this?
we both paint from real flowers, and we like to paint from the flowers. We don't paint from photos. And we like to play classical music when we're painting. And other than that, we like it quiet. We don't like anyone talking. So just silence, right? So, and then we have an area where the natural light is coming in, and we need lots of light to paint. We only paint.
I really like that small one. I love
I do
how that
too.
pink and the yellow.
Yeah, the nice
That's
combination
really
of
pretty.
colors. That's very spring
That
looking.
one's really good.
That has the Mom. That has the
I
spring.
like all of them though. That one
wildflowers.
just really caught my eye.
So what does this what's the charge on this at your gallery? What would the
She
price
knows,
be?
I don't know.
$525.
So this would be $525, and what would this be at the gallery?
That one is $1650.
So $1650 and $525.
Yes.
Okay, and people
That's
find
525, not 520.
And we have for our 20-year anniversary, I'm giving 20% off. So,
Yeah.
and if you buy something, if you buy a piece of art original, I'm giving a free scarf with the purchase. So, of my fashion, because I have my custom made. I'm wearing one of my dresses, custom made wearable art. So this one's a cotton dress.
Why don't you take
It's-
it off?
Can you
That's
guys,
really
Can
pretty.
you guys see it?
Yes.
So it's a
beautiful.
cotton dress. It's really
You
comfortable.
can stand up if you want.
So I'll stand up for a second so you can see.
Oh,
See?
that's
It's very
stunning.
breathable.
Oh, that's
show
weird.
it
It's
down.
fun and
Oh, wait,
floaty.
I'll take this off. So it's very
That's-
breathable, and right now it's going to get hot. So we should be wearing something that's
That's
cotton
beautiful.
and light and flowy. You know,
Mhm.
we need to dress cool for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So Can you
Gorgeous
see?
necklace you have on. That's
oh,
pretty
so
too.
I sell these at the gallery. So I don't make these. These are by Robert McLeod, and it's glass. It's hand fired glass, and I have the
That's pretty.
the
Very cool. You gave me one for my birthday. I like it.
yeah.
Did
You
use
got
that?
Chet has a really cool one.
Yeah, I
You
saw
need to
that.
wear that on Saturday. You have to wear.
I don't think I'm gonna wear it on my show.
I want you
'cause
to wear it at your
if it
show.
falls off in my
Well, I
brain.
personally think that you should have it on. Is it on a black string?
It's on a black robe.
Oh yeah, a black rope. Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
but
it-
it has-
but-
Well, it's also too heavy for if I'm dancing around. Like
Well, you just have to
the
make
only
sure
thing
it's
that
on
would
tight.
the only thing that would work for me to wear is like just a chain. If there's anything on it, it moves around too much when I dance. So
Oh, I actually wouldn't wear it because
Oh,
at
okay.
one of his shows when I was dancing, I lost.
So
a
it
piece of
will
jewelry.
they will break.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
I
will
did.
break if you
What
drop
did
it.
you- One of those?
Anyway, but the store where I purchased it, unbelievably, was so nice. I actually should do a shout out for them, David Yearman. I went back to their place and they have these things called amulets, and it was on my chain,
Oh.
and it just popped off while I was dancing, and they replaced it.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
I gotta open
So
the
shop
door.
at
that's
David
nice. They
Yearman.
replaced it for you.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Get some fresh
It's
air
so
in.
nice. I mean, anyway, very, very. So I've purchased something since then. So
Yes. So anyway,
oh, this has to be closed. while we're
sorry, I
recording.
just need some fresh air. 'Cause-
Okay. So, Chet, what are you puffing over there?
I was just a vape.
Okay.
Chet, you know I love that, don't you?
Yeah,
So what's the
You
strain?
just do that for grins.
I was just some pineapple.
Okay.
It smells really good. So this title, what's your title of this painting?
Oh, it's Spring Day.
Spring Day.
Spring Day, because it's our spring show right now.
Just
So
spring.
we're doing our spring show until June,
why day?
and
So how do people find Gallery Andrea if they want to buy
so
this?
we're at 7019 East Main Street. We're on Main Street in Old Town Scottsdale, right in the Gallery District.
Mhm.
And then we do the Thursday night art walk from 7 to 9. And you can meet the artists. We're there. You get to meet us.
They're giving 20% off. That's
so
huge.
Yeah.
we're giving 20% off.
Of everything in the store, or just certain
not
pieces?
certain-
certain
gallery.
certain pieces.
Okay. Okay. at the
Certain
gallery.
pieces, yeah, certain pieces,
Certain pieces,
to celebrate our 20-year anniversary, because we opened April of 2004, and
That's
That's
amazing.
so amazing. Yeah.
talking about small. I like to mention like tenacity for small business owners because I think sometimes you have certain people in your life that can help push you to the next level, and I would encourage people to find that person who motivates you and pushes you to the next level. It can be self-motivated too. Sometimes people have it and it's innate in them, but sometimes they don't. And sometimes people can, like, if you're shy, they break you out of your shyness and they push you and get you that next level. And I think that if you can find someone to mentor you for your business, I think that's really crucial. So,
So encouragement is important. Encouragement
encouragement is 100% important, because if you have something you want to do and someone's putting you down and say, "Oh, you're never gonna do that," or you know what I mean?
Yes.
And they're putting you
That
down.
should not
Then you're
happen.
then you're never gonna you're playing that tune in your head, and that means
Mhm.
it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
But
yeah,
if some
that's in
but if
your
someone is gonna
mind.
say, "Oh, you're gonna be a great DJ," and you know you're
Oh yeah, I agree. Optimism
yes.
is so important.
so
It's
If
so
you're-
important.
because once you're up
Making
here,
a
you
leap like
keep
that.
you
Mhm.
shoot for the stars and you keep going. But if someone's pushing you down, you can't.
But it's also it's a really like delicate thing to master, because you have to still be very self-critical if you really want to achieve your goals at their highest potential. You have to stay
You have,
self-critical at
That's
some
true.
level, but you still have to
Right.
like celebrate your wins and have confidence in your
you have to have
in
confidence.
your work.
Yeah.
But you still always have to remain critical of your art, so that way you're trying to always evolve and make it
Improve.
the best it could be. Exactly. So
I was getting better.
we learn from mistakes too. So
yeah,
we
so it's
do
hard
have
to
learn
not beat
from the
yourself up
mistakes.
though. So
Mhm.
it's a really intricate thing to try to find the right amount of, you know, self-critique and self-criticism, but not, you know, do it too much. And then you still have to have the confidence and, you know, believe in your artwork at the same time. But in my opinion, with me and my music, the confidence kind of comes from how obsessed I am with taking my time and, you know, really making sure each song is exactly how I pictured it when I first wrote it. Like, making sure it's at that point when I release it. The fact that I'm so obsessed with waiting until that point gives me confidence, because I basically know that I am very like self-critical and want to make my songs as good as possible.
And what about for your paintings? When do you feel like your piece is done? How long? What tells you when the painting is done?
I don't know. I never know.
Yeah, it's a
depends.
spontaneous thing. I agree with her. 'Cause
But I do know that people come sometimes and then they ask, "How do you do this? What do you use?" I give no.
it comes from inside. It comes from inside.
Oh, so you don't give tips?
No.
Well, you know what, we tell people they should develop their own style. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
had some high school students in the gallery today, and
Mhm.
I was trying to. There was a bus that came by, and they dropped them off, and they said, "Oh, this is so cool what you're doing." And so,
Mhm.
you know, I said it's so important that you follow your passion and you have confidence. So it's those two
I mean-
things. And how do you build confidence? So she knows when her painting's done. You know, we
I
we,
don't
we know when
not
our paintings are done.
always.
I know
Okay.
when my fashion is
There's
done,
one
and
now.
I've designed
I
exactly
left
what I
over
want. You know
on
when
the
your
top.
piece is
I
done.
think I should
So it's that
finish it.
confidence of knowing when to
Did you see
stop
it?
and not to overdo it, and this is done. It's complete. But it comes from inside. So someone asked a high school student today, said, "So how did she come up with this? Or how did you come up with this?" I said, "It comes from inside. It's your soul on canvas. It's your soul in the music.
Mm.
You can't explain it to someone. It comes from inside."
Yeah.
So
Especially with music, because there's not like, oh, there's nothing you could like basically try to compare it to. Like with something like a painting, you could be like, oh, I tried to picture these flowers that I saw once. But with creating a new song that's never existed before, maybe you could try to picture like pulling an energy or an emotion out of another song that's similar vibe. But that's the closest thing you could possibly do. Other than that, you're creating something that's really genuinely brand new that's never existed before. And so, of course, that can exist with paintings too. If you're
Well, yeah,
not,
there's
if
not
you're not,
another
if
one
you're
of
basing it
those
on
or
like
that.
abstract or something like that, then you're literally creating something that has never existed before. So
This
it really
never
is.
Well, there's
this
not
could be
another
fun.
one of
It
this
really
one.
is you
So-
creating something totally new that's from you.
Well, it's having your own style.
Your
Like
own
when
style.
people look at that, like when I see, if I go to Gallery Andrea and I see Andrea's paintings, I know that's Andrea's painting.
Right.
If I see Mom's painting, I know it's Mom's painting.
Okay.
You have your own style.
Right.
Before you tell me who painted it, I know who painted it.
But can I say something?
But not when it's upside
I
down like this. That's why I asked earlier.
Painting. Andrea
This-
started painting, and she
Mhm.
said, "I said, you're painting flowers," and you said,
That was a long time ago, Mom.
"Yeah."
Mhm.
She says, "Yes, I'm doing," but I said,
Mhm.
"I don't care what you paint in the flowers, just don't copy me."
And I said, I'm not going to.
and she
I'm not
doesn't
style.
copy me. It's completely, she's different.
That's
Okay.
cute. Mom was worried about being copied.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of a Okay, actually, never mind. We'll talk about this after the
Well-
show. Well, you have. I'm not going to say her name, but a former James Bond actress.
Yeah.
Do not say her name because
Okay.
came into the gallery, and your gallery, Gallery Andrea, and she said she loved your style. She loved what you were doing, and asked you about one of the paints and some gold leaf.
Oh yeah.
And she wanted to know exactly how you did it, and you told her, and then she started doing it too. But that's okay
How do I
because
know?
anyway, it doesn't look the same. It's okay.
But
They don't-
Yeah.
again,
Some people
everyone-
can try to copy, like Chet. Somebody might try to copy some of your songs, but you have them. Don't you have them? What do you call it?
copyrighted.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah, we have ours copyrighted.
Oh, I
as
have
well.
copyright.
We have ours copyrighted.
Yeah,
too.
and also to be fair, that's probably a technique she probably could have Googled and found like
Yes.
Me?
a similar way to do it. No, the person who basically learned from you.
Oh.
So yeah,
She learned. Yeah.
So yeah, so that was her teaching
I
her the
don't think
technique.
anybody
It would be
can
copying if she copied the exact painting and tried to like
Right,
recreate that. Then that would be plagiarism. But teaching somebody a technique, that's sharing information.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's
right.
great. I think that's awesome that she did that.
But I brought that up because my mom said she doesn't like to actually anymore share her information, and one of the reasons why is she did have somebody extremely famous that started painting that is still on TV all the time in so many movies, even at her
Mhm.
age. Yeah. So
Really?
yes, your
Well,
dad's a huge fan of her.
But
This is.
everyone should find their own style. I mean, you shouldn't try to be like someone else because that's not a unique mark on the world. That's not art. Should be your unique mark on the world and the unique art that you're bringing to people.
Well, yeah, and I know we talked about this a little bit one of the last topics, but we might as well go into it a little bit again because we're coming close to it. But it's great for, humans to teach each other techniques, but it's so scary is that with the AI.
Oh, I don't want to talk about AI.
What do you mean? It's so it's so pertinent because
Yeah.
if they don't try to curb it or stop it, there are already AI basically engines that you could program where you could input grandma's paintings. You could put 200 images of her paintings in it and be able to recreate
That's not okay.
paintings that
That's
are
so
no, it's
plagiarism.
100% legal and unregulated right now.
That's plagiarism.
No, it's not. Technically,
it's
legally right now
legal?
it's not. But I agree, it should be considered
it
plagiarism.
should.
That's
be.
why everybody
That's
should be
right.
talking about it because AI generated art is basically the AI is learning from human
But it's a
created
fake.
art and recreating, plagiarizing
Okay.
based off of
Mm-hmm.
those samples.
But there's also fake diamonds, and there's fake gold, there's fake Rolexes, and then there's fake paintings.
But you can
And there's fake
discern the
music.
difference. To
Right,
a random
yeah,
person
yeah.
who's buying a painting or listening to the
Right.
song, they can't discern the difference if it was created by AI or not. So it's not a relevant comparison at all to those things. Because a fake diamond, you can have an expert look at it and say this is fake.
We have to address it with our local legislators and,
Oh,
and make sure
100%.
that they make
And
that illegal.
Every artist, it should be a huge topic for every artist. Like people who are acting like this is not a big deal do not understand how big of the ramifications are if the AI basically becomes more popular or if it evolves too fast and is outpacing human artists. Then literally everybody's just going to start consuming fake art that's generated by a robot.
So I wonder when you put your stuff on social media, are people taking it? And
I think
using
we
it?
need to stop worrying about it. I think we need to keep.
No, that's the
creating.
worst thing you can
Uh,
do because then the problem becomes too big where you can't solve it anymore. And what are we going to do to society if AI has literally made everything obsolete? Like if you can't enjoy creating art anymore, if you
We
can't
have to make that a project to go address it.
But let's go back to that because there are people that have copied masters' paintings,
Yes.
and
Well, that's true.
It's ubiquitous. It happens everywhere. There are.
that's called a
fake-
replica. That's not
Yes, there are replica cars. There are replica Louis Vuittons. There's all that kind of stuff. But to a real expert, you can tell when something's a fake. And I think the same thing will be with music as well.
do you understand it applies to more than just music? Right now, someone could literally create an AI generator to replicate similar paintings to grandma's and then go into the gallery next door to them, create a fake name for this AI art artist.
Don't give them a bad idea.
Well, I'm just saying this
Yeah,
is
stop
the
giving them ideas.
I'm saying
Okay,
this
let's
is the
stop that.
reality. Once the wrong people who can use this technology see how much money is in art and they start taking advantage of it, real artists are going to be under a lot of pressure. And it's something that more people should be talking about,
Oh.
especially
Well,
if you,
and that's why you need
especially
to-
if you make money in art, which all of us do.
Well, people that appreciate art and your clientele that you've acquired, you know, they want to go buy the real deal. You
Right.
know?
They want the real
They
art.
want the real deal.
And they come
And,
to
you
meet the
know,
artist.
And there are your people out there that want to buy fake stuff and they like the fake stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not being judgy about it. But
My
I think-
point though is that
Mhm.
what the AI plagiarism thing is not, it's creating something new, but that's based off of your past work. So it's like a new type of plagiarism that has never existed before. It's not a direct replica of something you've created. It's an imitation of what you've created. Don't
I
you
think-
see how that's
Oh yes.
stealing? So
Yeah,
it's not just a mimicking, it's literally
So what's the
stealing.
solution? Because
The
this is a-
solution
this
is-
is a solution-based show.
The solution is everybody should be talking about the fact that AI needs to be
Awareness.
regulated.
Awareness.
Yeah, AI needs to
Okay.
be regulated in every industry, not
Okay.
just in art and music, but literally every
Well, you
industry.
have
Like
to-
I think it's
You have to
I
address
think it's
it.
scary that there's the AI cars now where you can drive in a driverless car. That's terrifying to me.
I,
Well,
I,
because it's
I
true.
haven't sat
Anything-
with
Why?
this
Why?
yet.
Why is that terrifying?
Anything that relies on a computer system is vulnerable if the system crashes.
To be hacked.
Well,
Not-
I haven't,
not
I
even
haven't
necessarily
sat
be
in on
hacked.
those.
Literally, so there's a
Mom,
giant
are you gonna sit
server.
in a Waymo?
There's a giant server that allows all those computers to run, that allows the whole system to run.
Mhm.
What if for some reason like the coolant tube in one of those servers goes down? That could potentially make a bunch of those cars crash. Like there's
Mhm.
so many variables. That's why it's safer to have human drivers. Like obviously humans aren't perfect either, but if there can't be one weakness that causes the whole fleet to go down.
So does that
One
mean you
driver
won't take a
make-
Waymo?
I would not never.
I have never
no.
sat in a Waymo.
I did not. know
I'm
this.
basically opposed to basically technology that's replacing human jobs.
Right.
I know there's
It's
all
taking
these
my
people that are
job.
like,
That's so
oh,
true.
are you against the industrial revolution or something like that? Like no, because that was making human jobs more efficient.
Right.
But what AI is doing is totally removing and eliminating human jobs. Once humans have no jobs, what is the purpose going to be? Like, well, no, it's true.
No, that is true.
So
No, that
many
is
people
true.
die within 2 years after retiring. It's
Oh my God.
because
No, he's right.
it's true. When
These
you don't have
robots are gonna
something to
start-
do,
Mhm.
you sit and you like basically waste away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a purpose, and a lot of people find their purpose through their job.
Right.
But
Right.
and I think it's better to find your purpose through like creativity and passions and stuff like that. But just a realistic part of the world we live in, a lot of people, their purpose is their job. And AI is threatening almost every single industry. Basically, the only industries that are going to be safe on some level, because it's going to require a human operating the AI, are doctors and lawyers. But lawyers are already,
Lawyers.
some law firms are already firing a lot of their paralegals because the AI can do that work,
Well,
like the paperwork.
but they also have robots that do surgery.
Yeah, but the doctors operate those robots.
The doctors are
Yeah,
operating
exactly.
robots,
So,
right.
Yeah, exactly. So technology is still evolving those jobs, but they will still be necessary. Like I don't think.
they still need a doctor overseeing it.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
they're-
there's
they're
ever
still-
going to be
They
surgeries
are
done by just
infusing,
a robot.
they're infusing technology. So, Chet, so tell us about your new pieces you composed for your DJ set.
Well, I have a lot of new songs that I'm going to be playing.
How
and
many new songs are coming out in this album?
The album's 12 songs, but
Wow, 12 new
but
songs.
I'm only going to be playing probably like
12
4 or
songs.
5 of them at the show on Friday. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna
Why
be fun.
only 4 songs? You want to keep people guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Will you be selling any T-shirts or hats
No,
prior so
no,
people can come
no,
and wear them?
No. Oh, prior.
Because I have a whole entourage of people that are coming, and they're like, "How do we get some, merch?" They want some merch. I'm like, "I'll check with Jet."
I actually
No.
should probably make a
You should.
website or something. Yeah,
No,
we'll
because
figure
wouldn't
it
that be cool if you have everybody showing up wearing your merch, your hats and your shirts? Because I've been wearing your Deep Chetty shirt, and everybody's like, "Where can I get one?" They want one. So I'm like,
out.
do you have
Noted.
some-
It'll be coming soon. Coming
coming soon.
Yeah, but then it's not good. Then you
So
should-
what are your goals for your new paintings? What's going to inspire you to create new art?
I'm going to.
New flowers.
You-
No, it's not new flowers, probably I have to think about it, but it's going to be something between
You have to talk in
the
English, please.
sky and the earth.
The sky and the
Between
earth.
Sky.
That's,
sky.
that's such an artist lingo. You have
And
to
the
read
earth.
between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The reason is-
Did some of that puffing go this way?
No.
Chad, no more
I think-
puffing in the
No,
podcast.
no puff.
No,
We're
you
gonna
guys drink your wine, I'll be my
We're gonna-
puffing.
We're
You
gonna
guys...
get crazy
Let her
here with your
puff a little.
puffing.
No, it
What-
doesn't
what's
work like
wrong?
that.
It,
It's
it
silly.
doesn't. It doesn't.
What's wrong with the
Oh no,
Puff
Chad,
in her
Chad,
face a little.
no, no, no. No.
What is
Chad,
wrong
no.
about the
Chad?
sky and the earth?
Oh God! Oh, he's in trouble. No, he's in trouble.
She's
oh
trapped.
God, that's awful. Oh,
This
God,
is-
that's such an awful smell. Whew.
Open the door.
Oh, is this a
Okay,
bloopers
it's so
episode?
silly.
I hate that smell. Yeah, that's like the worst smell ever.
That's how I thought about your wine, actually. So,
Yeah,
it's a
Chad,
mutual feeling.
next time, think about your Aunt Andy. She doesn't like that smell.
Okay, so woof, back to your creation.
I'm going to paint only when the sun is going down, and I'm going to paint when
Sunset?
the moon goes down.
Okay, I
That's
definitely
between
think that
night
marijuana or
and
whatever you're
day.
smoking
Night and
is
day,
making her
okay?
speak differently.
Maybe
Wait, so which
Does
one
she
do you
never
like
tell-
painting
she-
doing better then? When the sun is going down or when the moon's going down?
it doesn't matter which mood I am in.
Oh,
Okay?
I like that.
You like that?
She's never said that before. She always says, I paint with natural light. I always paint with light. And now with the marijuana or whatever that is, she's like, I paint with moon.
Moon and
Wow, it's awesome how the sunlight brings the colors out in these paintings.
Yeah, everything looks better with the sun. It has
Yeah.
a little bit of iridescence. Yeah,
If
Mom,
somebody
you know
buys
what
one of these
effects-
paintings, they should hang out in a room with natural sunlight because it brings it out.
Sun-
Can you hold it up
but
so I can see
normally we paint with natural
everything is
light.
natural.
Oh, that's so pretty. I
With,
love
with
that.
the
I love it.
sunlight.
This
So
is the
those are the
best one.
African daisies, the wildflowers in
really.
Arizona.
So we have 15 more minutes left,
Yes.
only.
And so
well, actually
Let's,
14.
okay.
So I want to talk about how you create, how you start that creation. Like, do you just start from the petal? Do you start from the center of the flower? Do you
oh
do
my
the
gosh,
stems
I
first?
don't know myself. I take the
I
brush.
don't know myself.
No.
But
It
it's
just
the
depends.
'Cause guys.
Like,
It's
no,
the smoke.
seriously. I
Wait,
don't-
come on. Do you start with the
I don't-
flower? Do you
I
start
don't-
with the stem?
I mean,
Do you start with the
she
stem?
starts with the flower. Cause
Well, what do you think?
I've seen her. You start with the flower.
she starts with the flowers. She does. But you know what? She
No.
only is inspired, both of us,
That's not
with,
what I
with
mean.
beautiful flowers.
Grandma, do you ever drink wine to get inspired to paint?
Yeah.
Do you ever get a little boozy?
She's never drunk when we don't need to
But
drink
I
to
never
paint.
get drunk.
No,
But do you ever drink a little bit before you paint?
No.
no.
Oh, okay.
You just
Yeah,
said yes. Which one is it?
No,
No, because we don't usually drink
Occasionally.
during the day. So
No,
we're
I-
painting.
I mean, you're drinking right now.
Well, because we're joining you guys.
I do.
We're joining you guys and with whatever you're smoking.
A
whatever
little
that
bit.
is.
Actually, do we
okay.
want that streak of light going through here?
I mean, it's in here. So
It's
let's just
reaching
continue.
me.
Because do you like it like that?
I don't
Let's just
care.
continue.
But we are continuing. But
It looks good on the painting.
you like it?
Oh, you get-
It's not in her eyes or anything.
There.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There we go. But
So-
that was a little cool thing that you the light on the painting.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah?
that that happened.
Yeah.
But we like nice flowers to paint. We don't feel inspired
Well,
unless the
what
flowers are
bothers
really
me
beautiful.
one thing, that when I was younger and I didn't have a gallery, and I,
Mhm.
you know, we
You
went-
worked for other galleries, so you worked your way up.
Yeah, I put some of my work in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then what I didn't like, people came to me and like a lot of doctors.
Okay.
Remember?
And what
She
did they
said-
do?
Well, for almost nothing, I sold some beautiful paintings, but
Oh, that was a
So,
long time
so
ago.
back
This
before
was-
you were discovered,
A long time ago.
long
from the
time
house.
ago, when your name wasn't
well,
who
no.
you are, you sold for a lot less. That's okay.
That-
You
that was
always
in
have
the
to start from
beginning.
somewhere.
Mom, everyone starts from somewhere.
But your dad,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he came and tried to figure out
He was
where,
very good
which
in
gallery.
sales.
He
So-
tried to do what?
sell everything.
Well, no, he tried to find you a gallery
I
to
should
show
not
in
have
Scottsdale.
Wait, can you come back here?
So, and I don't know how to find those people.
So the people who bought the art from the studio a long time ago.
Yeah.
She's saying that
Why
she
would you want
sold
to find them?
because she's curious where they put it or if they
Yeah.
still have it on the wall. What she's saying is that we sold many
I
paintings
kind of know, but
to
I
people
have to
over
go.
20 years ago, a long time ago, but
Well,
maybe
when
40
you're
years ago.
right when you're at your beginning.
At the
that makes
beginning,
sense. That's
40
what
years
That
happened.
ago.
was not beginning.
Well,
Because I
30
paint
years ago.
already before that.
Whenever it
Montreal.
was.
But you were a budding artist for selling. For selling.
I really didn't. They found me.
Dad
and
just,
then-
he wanted people
you're-
to enjoy the art,
Yeah.
and he was really good in sales. He'd invite them to the house and give
Yeah,
them some
they
wine.
That's your
And
dad did.
he said, "So which one you buy today? Which one you take home with you today?"
Yeah,
But
I
you know,
remember that.
He was so good. Honestly, she's
Yeah.
great in sales, and I can sell. But my dad was
Was the
the
best.
master of
Well,
sales.
my
I mean, absolutely, you could not leave there.
Well, his
without
personality is a
having
lot like
painting.
mine. I
He
mean,
was
not,
so good
not
at
that I'm
sales.
trying to like take all this credit, but Dad had a way of like becoming everyone's friend,
yeah.
and
He was
that
great with people.
and he even if someone didn't buy it, he still wanted to be their friend. So he tried to sell it, but if he couldn't sell it, you're still his friend for life.
But you
So,
know, he genuinely cared about people.
He
I
did,
think
he
you know the
Okay,
thing is
so
you're
wait,
building
wait, so
relationships
I
with people,
wanna-
no matter what you're doing.
I want to say
Relationships.
this.
relationships. That should be the title. Relationships and love
We're
are the
building
key.
relationships to sell art. He's building relationships to sell his tickets for his DJ show.
Yes, it's
building
relationships.
relationships.
No,
to get on the
creativity was the
podcast.
theme of the show.
It is.
Being
It still is
creative,
that.
yeah.
It still is that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait.
Building relationships is just very, very important
Yeah.
because basically, before you have a following, the people who are going to support you are your friends.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a bunch of
Exactly.
friends,
Of course.
then
Yeah.
who's going to support you in the beginning? Literally.
Yeah.
Unless
right.
you're just an absolute prodigy level talent that gets
Right.
lucky in your first, song release or painting gets a ton of like critical acclaim or something. That's the only exception, basically.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Well, because it's through word of mouth.
It's such like
you
a
had-
cliche, like corny phrase, but like your network is your net worth or whatever. It's so true. Like whoever is around you that's willing to support you,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing in life. Like
Yeah.
Well,
it's like you can be at Scrooge. Like if you're rich and all by yourself, there's nothing fun about that.
Now,
Like it's
I
all
have a
about
question.
how many friends you have. And then if you have a big network like that, when you start to really pursue a creative endeavor like music or art, and you want to start, maybe trying to chase the dream with that and like turn it into a career, if you have a bunch of friends to support you, that's
it's,
massive.
it's important to have,
Oh, I
have
have
support.
this much.
Yeah.
Like this
Well, because
much.
those friends tell friends that tell friends
Yeah.
that tell friends, and that's how it happens. And actually, that's why your gallery actually has done so well. Because in
Yeah.
the very beginning,
Yeah.
Dad was out there.
Because those people
Dad
came
really
back.
hit the
Yeah.
pavement.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was out there and he told everybody about the gallery. and-
Every neighbor knows about the gallery. And
Yes.
I mean, I have to give him lots of compliments. I
And
really-
actually, it was kind of
Mhm.
funny on the nights of Art Walk on Thursday nights where, your gallery's open. A lot of them, he'd like disappear to like go talk to everybody, say, "Oh, come into the gallery."
Are
'Cause
you?
they're all
You
walking
should try
around.
to find out, basically, like what galleries have been there longer than you, because you're probably like in the top 10, like longest
That's
there-
standing
there-
galleries in
there's-
Old
I
Town.
think
Because I think
there-
there's some that have been there like since the '90s, like a few. But
So there's a few that have been there, like let's see, 30 years.
Really?
So
Okay.
just a few.
More,
There's like two.
yeah, but I think they're like
Mhm.
probably in the top 10 of like
So, but
Oh, for
galleries
sure.
that have been there the
there
longest.
aren't a lot of galleries that have made it. So I again, it's just you have to have a passion for it, and it gets you through the bad times. So because you're gonna have good times and bad times, and then you have to evolve and change. So evolve and change is okay. What is happening now, and
Mhm.
how can we increase our business through this or that, and learning the new ways to market the business.
Well, you guys should be
But-
here next week
but-
because, hold on, I'm not going to shout it out yet, but we have a very exciting guest.
Well,
She started her own, she and her husband were at I can't remember, I think it was a wedding in like Georgia or something. I'm probably wrong with what state it was. And they both lived somewhere else. They were coming to have a mutual friend. They met and it was a spark. So interesting. They carried on a long distance relationship. She went here, he went there. And finally, they got married and they both quit their jobs and they have started these wine stores that are kind of ubiquitous. And very successful. And then they started their own wine, and they're on next week. We're doing a show
That's
with
cool.
them next week. Yeah. So she's a woman wine owner, and she's
Um,
just released her wine. It's just very exciting.
So what I was saying, like as far as like changing with the times, you know, right now we have social media, which of course you can use that for brand awareness. So, but it's still about one-on-one for us. Every business is different. The way.
But what do you mean it's one-on-one?
So, I'm selling one-on-one to a customer. Social media, I just do for brand awareness, but not necessarily sales.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out for your particular business what is going to generate sales, and what do I do? What should I do for brand awareness, and all these things, and you have to make a list of things that you want to do. What are your goals for your business, and what market are you trying to hit that you haven't hit yet? So for me, one of my goals is to network with interior designers, because I'm trying to meet those people who just bought a house. So that I would love to decorate a whole house with art.
So that's smart
So-
to make. So is you're always creating, and you're creating art, which is our theme today, and always, you know, you're
I'm always thinking of
your
marketing.
marketing and how to improve. Like, you know, you went from paintings to the gallery to
And you're
thriving with the gallery.
always either trying to excel and evolve further in one passion, or if you feel like you've already gotten to that level with that one, then you find another passion that you want to excel in. That's like another just massive theme. Like, but certain passions like painting or music are ones that you can never. There's no final level to get to. You can
No.
always keep creating.
Yeah, just having
something new.
like goals,
Yeah.
like writing a checklist of things, like
like you could say, I'm going to write 10
With something
songs
with
next
something
week.
like bowling though, like once you're hitting all 10 strengths down, you're like, all right, time to go
Bowling?
do something else.
Not bowling.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's a great analogy.
I mean,
Yes.
I've mentioned this before, but I find it very helpful to write a list of things that you want to do per day,
goals.
per week, and for the month. So, and then cross it off each time you accomplish that goal. And
That
then
was something that Dad had us do all
and
the
then
time.
transfer it to the next day. If you didn't get those done, or transfer it to the next day. Oh, I didn't do that. I really wanted to do that. So that gets you to the next
Would you
level.
say you got that from Dad?
I did get that from
That
Dad.
was from Dad.
Yes.
That was.
So again, having that mentor that really gets you to the next level, I think, is key.
Wait,
Because and if you don't have that mentor, if you don't have a family member in your life, go find a mentor that can help you get your art form or whatever you're doing to your next level. So
100%.
I think that's key, because not
So,
everyone.
Joe, what are some of your future goals? We only have about 4 minutes left. Like, what are with your music writing? Like, are
I'd
you just
say
like
just keep releasing songs that I love.
about
I
what?
definitely want to play it. I want to play it more festivals and
What do you
know,
want the songs to be about?
generally stuff that makes people happy. I think, like whether that's dancing or drinking or smoking or stuff that makes people happy and
Wouldn't it be
positive.
love? Wouldn't it be love or attraction? I mean,
attraction?
yeah. My favorite songs are about love or
It's
like,
whatever's in his mind. Whatever.
Yeah,
because,
I'm gonna
because
make-
your kiss is on my list. You know,
Oh my
stuff like
gosh.
that.
All right, we're getting a rundown of your favorite songs. You keep, just do that.
No,
Oh,
I
geez.
think
Something about
that's
All
very
of my
common.
love.
That's common.
But
Something
it's
new,
personal,
something
whatever he
which
wants to
never
do.
was written. Like,
Well, what I'm saying is, what are your themes? What are your themes about your music?
what is the music?
I just went through it. Like, I really like to make music that's about happy, positive topics, and love and romance would fall under that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Okay.
I haven't really made any like sad songs yet because I'm just
Don't make
I'm just
Oh,
more of
please
a
don't.
happy person.
happy.
Oh my God,
I like
Make it
happy
The
sound
songs.
nice.
gallery is happy.
We're known
only.
as the Happy Gallery.
Happy. When they come in, this is a happy colored gallery.
Well, actually, people
They say that?
People say that when they come in.
Yeah.
I say,
Oh, really?
yeah, they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's such a happy gallery. I'm so
Well,
glad I came in here."
That is why you guys have had some shows at like the hospital at Mayo
Yeah, we
Hospital.
did. We've done some
Because the
shows in different
patients
places.
that
Mhm.
were like, feeling ill would feel inspired and
well, and
happy with your
interesting enough, we've had a few people in recently who said that they were undergoing some cancer treatment,
It's so many
and they
people.
ended up somehow in our gallery,
Mm.
and they would just say to us, "Oh my gosh, your paintings they make me feel so happy. I'm so upset because I'm sick right now, and I'm getting treatment at this hospital or that hospital. We've literally had like 5-6 people come in and
So
say
the
that.
paintings make them happy.
So it makes them happy.
And I love that you
So-
just brought this up because Chet and I went to a Suns game. We had a great time. And it was super cute. Chet said, I have a surprise for you. Because he was like, beelining somewhere. And I go, where are you going? The Ubers are over here. And he goes, I've got a surprise for you. Well, guess where he took me? He took me up to the Compass restaurant, which has a
Aura.
glorious view,
Yeah.
Yeah.
panoramic view.
Yeah.
And that's where Dad would always take us.
Right.
And Dad would take us there after the symphony or after the ballet or whatever
Mhm.
concert we would go to, which was often.
Mhm.
And he wanted us to experience that beautiful view because it's so